I just have so much respect for content producers. Like, this shit is hard. This shit's hard. Today is January 26th. It goes without saying the reason that we're here. I want to start off this segment by saying rest in peace Kobe, rest in peace Gigi, and the 7 others that died in that helicopter crash that happened a year ago. From today. I want to talk about why Kobe Bryant inspired me. The reason why I'm taking the time out to make this video is because he had such a profound impact on my life, and I wanted to give him his flowers while he's still around, type of thing, and that's why I wrote about him. I wrote a couple of blog posts about him. I wrote about him when he passed and everything like that as well. But this video is just looking to continue his legacy and continue contributing to keeping that flame alive. And I know I'll only just be one person of, I'm sure, millions. I'm sure millions. I posted on my Instagram at Direct Scholar a quote that really touched me by Kobe. There's many, but he said, I think, what did he say? Well, I'm gonna cut this. But he said, I think that's our challenge as people, to find out how our story can inspire others and motivate them to create their own greatness. And this is amazing because this goes hand in hand in perfect alignment and perfect testimony of what I talk about when I say that Kobe Bryant was so much more than just a retired NBA superstar, right? On my most recent blog post about him, I said, like, he was a distant father figure for a lot of people, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people really took him and his lifestyle and his approach and his philosophies as like a blueprint for success, like a blueprint for growth, right? And honestly, like, he's a philosopher, you know what I mean? He was a life compass. Um and that quote goes hand in hand with exactly what I'm talking about. Like, what he was trying to do extended far beyond the basketball court, right? Like, he found his own specific medium and craft to fully commit to and dedicate himself and devote himself to find success for himself within there, but also to inspire so many other people to find their own greatness. And that's awesome, and that's the impact that he's personally had on me. And so, like, I had written a blog post about him. I had published it April 26th, ironically, exactly 8 months before he passed. But in 2019, it was like late in March. I had just gotten back into basketball, after taking a hiatus, not playing competitively anymore and anything like that. But I was going hard, and I forgot my ball shoes at home. It was a mess, so I had my weightlifting shoes, my Chuck Taylors, and I know it's what guys used to use back in the day. And I mean, shout out to the old G's that used to hoop in them things and make them look comfortable. But listen, the grip is good. My movement was great in them. I was shocked, but I tore my whole feet up. I'm bleeding, this and that. But I pushed through for hours. And I kept grinding and hooping and everything like that. But at a certain point, it just became too much. And I remember just laying down, waiting for my friend to finish hooping with the other guys they were with and whatnot. And then I just had a memory, like one of my most iconic memories, Kobe Bryant. I remember watching his game against Golden State where he tears his Achilles and shows his resolve once again without need to walk on his own accord to the free throw line, shoot and make 2 free throws, and walk off the court on his own 2 feet with a torn Achilles. And it inspired me to like write in my notepad that in that moment, first and foremost, it inspired me to, one, get up and go do something. And so I went and I did sets of pull-up after set of pull-ups after set of pull-ups, because there was a weight room right beside the gym and whatnot. So I was doing sets of pull-ups until my friends were done. I said, you know what? I'm committing to this. Like, I'm inspired. But it also made me write in my notes because I had started my blog not too long before that point, and I had written, Kobe Bryant shooting 2 free throws, torn Achilles. And then I had said, what if you always did what you could? And that's what Kobe Bryant did. Like, he always did what he could. He always found a way to take a setback or anything like that and turn that into a positive and work harder, pay more attention to detail, and figure out that challenge and come out triumphant and whatnot. And it didn't work all the time, but his relentless pursuit of success and of his own personal growth, it wasn't even just success. It was like, honestly, like, that was like his personal testimony. That was his own pride. Like, he really took pride in what he did. And that was so important for me as a young child, you know, to come across. That's a big part of my evolution, becoming a man. And so it's funny. So after that situation, you know, a couple weeks later, I'm playing basketball again, and I'm wearing Kobe's, and I actually have them right here with me. Like, still have them. I'm actually wearing Kobe's on April 10th, 2019. And guess what happens? I go up for a layup, I score, get a foul and one. And as I'm landing, I kind of feel for a split second like I'm landing on somebody's shoe. And, like, you know, for all my hoopers out here, you know, it's like, damn, like, I'm definitely going to roll my ankle, if not sprain it. And, like, within a tenth of a second, like, an explosive, like, I literally feel like it was a mini explosion in the back of my leg. Like, no exaggeration, no cap. Like, it felt like a mini explosion in the back of my leg. And I was like, damn. Like, I definitely didn't say the word damn. I said something else for sure. But, yeah, no. Like, I screamed. I was like, fuck! Like, it was bad. And I knew it was much more than just a sprained ankle or anything like that. And long story short, I ended up tearing my Achilles 2 days before the anniversary. He did it on April 12th, 2013 or something. I did on April 10th, 2019. After just 2 weeks before, remembering him tearing his Achilles and being inspired from it. So it's crazy how life works. And this is at like 1 or 2 a.m. And I have my first final exam of the semester at like 7 p.m. that day. And, you know, honestly, I spent the whole night in the hospital, reached out to professors, whatnot. And, you know, one of my professors was 100% like, defer the exams, I'll support the petition, everything like that. And honestly, Kobe Bryant's inspiration continued with me, and it became like it became my challenge to overcome. Like, I literally told her, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna still write my exams. It's gonna be my little personal victory. And came out on crutches in an air cast, hobbling my way to all my exams, sitting there needing another chair to put my leg up, putting my it was bad. It was definitely uncomfortable. You know, even studying at home was uncomfortable. You know, it completely took away my ability to function, right? But I pushed through and I bodied through those courses. Like, I think the lowest course I finished with was an 88 that semester, right? And Kobe Bryant, the thought of Kobe Bryant, my memories of Kobe Bryant was inspiring me. The philosophies of Kobe Bryant was inspiring me every step along of the way. And so when I finished my last final exam and I only had a couple days to move back to my family in Mississauga for the summer so that I could commute to downtown Toronto for my first, like, for my co-op term, my first co-op term, and with AIG, inspired me to get through that too. And I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do. I emailed my co-op, I emailed AIG, let them know I'm still coming, and I was literally hobbling through the city bus to the GO station in Mississauga, then taking the GO station to Union Station and dealing with all the crowds and everything like that, and even having to hold my balance on the train. And, you know, multiple times nobody's offered me seats, and, you know, that I took that as another opportunity to just be like, you know what, dig deeper. Like, I didn't so even sometimes people would offer me seats, I would refuse. And, you know, it became my challenge, it became my struggle, but I took a lot of pride in how I responded to that and being resilient and being tough. And, you know, like, trying to do things that honestly inspire myself, you know. And what was amazing was, in turn, it ended up inspiring other people, you know, inspired my friends close to me and everything like that. But I remember going to AIG, and, you know, I wasn't even thinking that I would inspire other people, but other people like, oh my God, like, you're still coming here? Wait, nobody's dropping you off? Like, you're commuting? Like, we're doing this on foot, you're doing this on crutches and air cast. fully suited up, tie clip and everything. I'm literally showing up to work early to go to the bathroom to wipe my sweat and all of that sort of stuff. And so, yeah, it was definitely a lot, but killed it. Continuing to work out, doing pull ups, doing push ups, all that sort of stuff. Eventually being able to go on the bike, even with the boot. And then I'm doing this at lunch at work. Like, I'm grinding, and honestly, Mamba mentality was with me every step of the way to even having a great summer that year. Toronto had won the championship, and shout out to my supervisor over at AIG, because I went to work, knew it was a championship parade. I'm dressed up, collared shirt, dress shoes, and everything like that. And I'm not going to I'm an intern. You know what I mean? Like, I'm happy we won. I showed up to a lot of games and everything, even being injured. I worked right beside Jurassic Park and everything, but I didn't expect to go to the parade. And then my supervisor comes to me and she's like, Jamal, I know you're a big Raptors fan. She's like, just go. Come back whenever. Doesn't matter. Just, you know what I mean? The city was buzzing. Everybody was on the excitement. Everybody was on the hype and whatnot. And so, I mean, if you haven't already seen on my Instagram, I might even attach it to this video. I have one of my most iconic moments being over at University Avenue at the heart of the whole parade and everything like that. And climbing a street light and being up there with my Aircats and everything. Honestly, 3 million people. I'm dressed up in work clothes and no way I was standing shoulder to shoulder in that crowd. I was the first person to realize, you know what, if I can just climb my way up, I'll have a way more comfortable vantage point than what anybody else has. And so I went and did that. And yeah. And so honestly, this video keeps cutting off. I don't know what's going on with it. But yeah, and so even making the most of my summer, and shout out to Siakam, shout out to Norman Powell. Those guys were going crazy when they see me. I was shaking the street light and everything like that. I had my shirt off at that point, obviously me being all crazy and whatnot. But it honestly was hot. Like, I was sweating through my dress shirt and whatnot before I even got up onto the street light. And so they were recording me and getting all hype and everything like that. Nick Nurse was going hype and everything like that. Lowry and Drake actually kind of blew me off and kind of was like, yo, what's this guy doing or whatever. But no hate. Y'all brought a trip to the city. Ain't no hate. I'm still bumping Drake music. Not as much as everybody else, but, it's all love. But anyways, long story short, like, Kobe Bryant was a fundamental part of the reason why I was able to push through and do those things. And then now shifting over to what I'm doing now with this whole do-rag scholar stuff, it's really leaning into my own experiences as a reference point. A lot of my philosophies and, the things I've learned over the years and the experiences, once again, that I've had, and learning that, there's so much more opportunity out there in the world than we even ever have a scope of or really truly believe. You can never fathom, no matter what your belief system is, no matter how much opportunity you believe is out there for you, there's actually more, especially when you pair that with ambition, you pair that with hard work, you compare that with the courage to fail, which is stuff I talk about. And I'll attach a little segment of a video I posted about Kobe Bryant talking about, his courage to fail, and learning that at a young age, going the whole summer without scoring a single point. And then I included that, attached the footage of him in the playoffs in a game that the Lakers needed to win to not get eliminated by the Utah Jazz in '97. He shoots multiple consecutive air balls and ends up making them lose the game. And like, he caught a lot of crap for that, but it speaks to the resolve that he had. It wasn't just that he had the courage to take those shots and risk failure on one of the largest stages, but he had the ambition to then go back, grind, work at his craft, and not let that happen again. And so, that's honestly the main cornerstone of my entire life philosophy is ambitious humility, being able to own your L's, own your failures, own your setbacks, own that, you're not as talented, you're not as this, you're not as that, and ambitious enough to not just accept that as an excuse, ambitious enough to do something about it, ambitiously enough to put yourself out, to be vulnerable, to be ridiculed, to be laughed at, to not be good enough, but to take those beginning steps and all the steps after it to change all of that. And so, yeah, this is just a short Honestly, I could go on for hours about all of this. In fact, I've recorded other videos that I literally had to stop because I'm like, I'm just talking too much and too long. The amount of influence that Kobe Bryant has had on my life has been profound. A lot of the elements I pride myself on, the things that other people compliment me about or feel inspired about or whatever the case may be, a lot of those things about me are the plants or the fruits of the seeds that Kobe planted with me through living an inspiring life himself. He lived up to his own quote about what greatness is. You know, it's finding a way to make your story impactful so that other people can find inspiration through their own story to inspire other people. And so that's a main that's the main pillar of what the Durag Scholar is about. And it's about what I've been making my life about, to make my life inspiring to myself, and to go against the limitations of my current situation, my current beliefs, my current skills or lack thereof, and accomplish much more than what could ever be expected of me. And so for that, I have to say thank you, Kobe Bean Bryant. We love you. We miss you. You're gone, and Gigi's gone, and 7 other people are gone, but none of you guys are forgotten. And before I go into this video that I had posted up on my Instagram, I'm going to attach it right now after this. I just want to take the time to read the names of all the people that passed away. I may not pronounce them all, but I think it is important that their names continue to live out there in the internet, attached to his legacy forever. So rest in peace to Kobe Bryant, Gigi Bryant, John Altobelli, Carrie Altobelli, Alyssa Altobelli, Christina Mazur, Sarah Chester, Peyton Chester, and Ara Zobayan. Rest in peace. I hope you guys are watching from above and in a place of rest in paradise. And now I will attach some of my favorite footage of Kobe failing and some of my favorite audio of Kobe talking about him failing and why that's important. Thank you.
Was really influential at a really critical time where I had a summer where I played basketball when I was like 10 or 11 years old, and a very prominent summer league in Philadelphia called the Sunny Hill League, where my father played, my uncle played, and they were like all-time greats and such stuff. And Wilt Chamberlain played in the league, Earl of Pro Monroe played in the league, and here I come playing, and I don't score 1 point the entire summer.
Really?
Not one.
How old were you?
11, 10, 11.
And you're playing against other 10, 11-year-olds?
Uh-huh.
And you didn't score once?
Not one.
Were you in the game?
I was in the game.
How'd you not score?
Because I was terrible.
Really?
Yeah.
At 10, 11 years old, you were that
awful.
terrible.
I mean, and I had these big knee pads on because I was growing really fast. I had socks all the way up here, and I had like the high top
skinny,
fade, like skinny as hell. And I scored not a free throw, not a lucky shot, not a breakaway layup, 0 points. And I remember crying about it and being upset about it. And my father just gave me a hug and said, "Listen, whether you score 0 or score 60, I'm going to love you no matter what."
Wow.
Now that is the most important thing that you can say to a child. Because from there, I was like, okay, that gives me all the confidence in the world to fail. I have the security there. But to hell with that, I'm scoring 60. Let's go.
Right.
And from there, I just went to work.
Thank y'all for tuning in to this video. I want to say I told y'all I was going to get better video quality. So definitely figured that out. I'm excited to be able to bring this quality video all the time moving forward. Please, it means so much, all the support that you guys give, every view, like, comment, follow, repost, reshare, whatever the case may be. I notice it all. I'm trying to grow this brand entirely organically. I refuse to do it any other way. And so one of the things I love the most about it, it just makes me so appreciative of every ounce of support I get from all of you guys. I notice it. I see it all. And so thank you guys so much. And stay on the lookout. There'll definitely be more of this. It's only the beginning. Durag Scholar out. Strong roots, long branches.